What's happening, everyone? I just want to do a quick video. I got a set of the proper stocks for my Model 64. I bought those Pearl Magnet grips first for the gun. That's what I've had on it since I bought it. But I finally found a very nice set of original Walnut magnet grips for it on eBay for 40 bucks in an auction. So unfortunately, they weren't like flat out. Most of them that they try to sell, they're in good shape, or like $90 to $150 plus. But I did get a very nice set, and this is what the gun should have looked like when it was brand new. And I as much as I like the fake pearl on the nickel or the polished stainless, this just looks gorgeous. I can't get over how nice it really looks. So, minus the polish job, that's what it looked like fresh out of the box. Beautiful though. I like the wide checkered pattern on it. I think around the time that they stopped doing the pin barrels, and there's some overlap too, because Smith & Wesson overlapped using up their old stock on stuff, but they started doing a skinnier checkered pattern on the K-frame magnet stocks. That goes the same for the square butts as well. The J-frames though, I think once they got rid of the diamond around the screw hole, for a very, very short while they still had the wider pattern on them, but they shrunk it down. The two I have are from 1971, and both of those have the original grips, and they have the skinnier pattern on it. So for some reason they did that to the J-frames, late 60s. But with the K-frames, it didn't start until somewhere in the 80s, probably early mid-80s. But got a nice set. I don't like the skinnier pattern on them really, but these things are beautiful. I mean, they're damn near mint condition. They got to be about 99% original. Yeah, it looks amazing. I'm thinking about keeping these on for a while. It feels very nice in my hand. I like the checkered pattern on it. It feels very, very nice. This is the wider pattern on the J-frames. I got the diamond on here, but once they remove the diamond, I've seen pictures of some that do have a pattern that's this wide, but most of them on the J-frames, it's just a little bit skinnier than that, and it's not that much of a difference. It's not that big of a deal. I didn't even notice it at first until I had gotten the ones with the diamonds on it. I didn't notice it on the J-frames as much, but now that I do, I really prefer the wider pattern on it. I just like how it looks better, feel, you know, get a little bit more texture to grip onto. But damn, that thing is nice. I am so happy. I almost passed this up too, because it had those ugly rubber grips on it when I saw it at the gun shop. But I am so happy I did not pass on this thing. I just love it. Love it. Also, I don't think I've ever showed this before, but I have had this for a while now. But my T-grip, I got this actually. It was the size I put in for it was for a J-frame, and I don't know if it mattered square butt or round, but I had a J-frame T-grip ordered, and it just so happens to fit this K-frame, and perfect. I think on my J-frame it kind of overlapped the frame right here a little bit, but with this model you can see it's pretty well flush with the frame. And there we go. The focus is kind of bad, but see right there? It's got just a little bit, tiny. It's pretty well flush. There's not really any overlap at all. But it feels great. It feels really nice in my hand. Really good. You still get your pinky on the bottom, fully on the bottom. It feels very nice, very, very nice in my hand. Sometimes I have it on, sometimes I take it off. I don't know. I'm kind of have mixed feelings about it, but it is very well built, put together, crafted, whatever you want to say. But I like it a lot. So sometimes it's on, sometimes it's not. Sometimes I put it on my little 5-shot Taurus. But these are very nice. It took, damn, it probably took 2 months to get it from the place that I ordered from, with the Tyler T-grip guy. But he had a lot of stuff going on, and he does it all himself, him and his son, and I think that his son was not at that time. He had something going on where he wasn't working on them. But once I got it, I've been very happy with it. But I just didn't I thought I would like having it on the guns more than I actually do. It's just one of them things where it does feel nice, especially in the K-frame. On the J-frame, you can still get on the square butt at least. The square butt has just a tiny, about that much longer on the bottom of the grip there, on the grip frame, but then the round butts too. I like it, but a lot of times I just take it off. It sits in a drawer a lot of the time, or I put on my Taurus, which I don't really carry the Taurus that much. But still a very nice crafted piece of work here. And I think that's about it. I just want to show off new shit here. Love it, man. I love it. I love these guns. I love all these old Smiths. They are amazing. Shot them at the range. I think I mentioned that in my last video, but I got to shoot these at the range. I'll tell you what, they are a dream. These K-frames, this is probably the smoothest trigger out of all of them. Surprisingly, you'd think that the Model 15 would have a smoother trigger, and it's not that it's far off, but this one just has a beautiful, beautiful action on it. And the J-frames too. I got to shoot these guys, and they handle great. Really no recoil at all. A lot of people complain about these stocks, as I said in my last video, but there's no recoil really to even speak of. And I mean, you can shoot these all day long. They're wonderful, wonderful guns. All these old Smiths. I do not own a Colt yet. I'm hoping to at some point if I find one. I found one at a Cabela's, and I just found out Bass Pro Shop bought out Cabela's, and they don't offer layaway anymore, which is a bunch of shit because, I don't know, it's a bunch of shit. But I guess all the guys have, I would assume that Bass Pro Shop has enough money, they just don't care, because you know they're losing money on layaways, but I don't know, it really just bites my ass, man. I don't think I don't really like giving Cabela's business anyways, over like local, smaller, you know, gun shops. But that pretty much sealed that. I mean, besides, I usually can't just afford to go out and outright buy a gun anyway, so I have to usually put them on layaway. But the Detective Special was nice. It was the second issue with the longer ejector rod, and it didn't have the full half-moon sight. It had a little notch cut in the back of it. Original stocks on it. Very, very nice. The finish was worn off a little bit, which I'd rather it not be, but for the price, it wasn't terrible compared to what I've seen online, and it wasn't horribly worn, but it would have made a good carry gun. That way, you know, I wouldn't be as pissed off if something happened to it, if I scratched it or dropped it, whatever. But anyhow, again, I highly recommend these to everybody. I know everybody's into the semi-auto kick these days, and have been for a while, and I'm sure it's just gaining momentum, but man, from somebody who grew up hating revolvers, hating them since I was a little kid, shot them since I was at least 10, if not a year or two before that. Shot autos and revolvers, and I hated revolvers, passionately hated them. Swore I would never buy one. And I tell you what, this is my 7th revolver in a row, and having my 8th on layaway right now, and I'm down about 83 bucks on my little 642 no dash. So I ordered my grips for that too. I got some fake pro for that on its way. Hopefully that'll be here Saturday or Monday. And I'd say in the next couple weeks I'll have that off layaway, so I'll do a video of that one too whenever it's done. Alright, thanks for watching.